so.
Right.
As a woman, how do you view, being, body positive, but still saying there's an image I have for me and I'm going to go after that?
Right. Well, personally, I do it with not being comfortable.
Okay.
I tell myself, just don't get too comfortable with this. We can always achieve better, have better, or do better, or be better, So I just remind myself, don't get too comfortable. Yeah, that's cute. You was cute in that little outfit. It fit good.
Sure.
But girl, you still,
Okay.
you can improve in certain areas,
Right.
not to beat myself up or to shame myself because, I look good.
What's going on, family? Kevin, Jesse, and Miss J with you guys here today with the Elite State of Mind podcast. As always, our goal is to listen, learn, and grow. Jesse, how you doing today, man?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I'm doing amazing. Miss J, how are you today?
I'm well.
That is great. We do thank you so much for joining us. Before we get started, just tell the family just a little bit about yourself first.
Well, I'm on my own personal journey currently. So, just rechanneling my mind, my mental, where I'm at in life, where I'm going, what I'm doing.
Okay.
So, one day at a time.
And that is so true. That is so true.
Yes.
All you can do is chip away at the rock.
Right.
Yep.
Always have to be storing up. But we are
Absolutely.
glad to have you. Family, as
Thank
always, make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram page. Hit that little bell on YouTube for us so you get notified every time the Elite State of Mind comes to you guys on Wednesdays to help you listen, learn, and grow. What we're going to get into today is part 3 of our Freedom of Fitness series. Are you in the fight? So the first thing is fighting off lazy. So often it is, we can get caught up in, the day-to-day rigors of life. We
Yes.
can get caught up in, just the hypnotic rhythm of I got to go to work. If I got kids, I got to tend to the kids. If I'm going to school, I got to get to school.
Yeah.
And so often we become lazy in doing so, but still think we're productive. Jesse, with you being in the health and wellness industry for so long, what is the method that you see work best? Maybe one for yourself and then for your clients to help them, combat that laziness.
I think the first step was just, recognizing, understanding that, you can go that direction. Understand that all things have a rhythm, whether they're positive, whether they're negative. So just knowing that, hey, if you feel like you're not in the place that you are the best version of yourself, that's step number 1. And then we're going from there, like, what do I need to do to actually change that? What can I do? And so we're going to attack the mind first. In order for us to actually have a change, then we have to, acquire more knowledge.
Sure.
And that means some of it may be new. We have to have a different level of understanding with that knowledge. And so then we get towards the wisdom part where we're going to apply both of those things together. So, what that looks like for me, if I understand that, okay, man, my energy level is low within a 6-hour period after I'm done, done the work thing and all this other stuff. Okay, then I'll probably need to educate myself again upon, how to properly fuel my body.
Sure.
I shouldn't be tired at 2:00.
That's bad business.
Like, yeah, I shouldn't be.
That is a sign of
Shouldn't
death.
be, but it happens.
But more often than not, you're going to be. Why?
Right.
Because we're, being normal and average and following what everybody else is doing versus being abnormal, which we're called to be. And, for lack of a better term, you're supposed to be superhuman.
Sure.
Right? You should be eating the foods that are going to fuel you, that give you that energy, that give you that brain function at high level.
Right.
Acuity that's there for your taking, but we're not using it because we fall in line with, oh my gosh, I'm 40. This is what I should be doing. This is how I should look. That's a lie, man.
Right. Now you gotta have that Mike Gundy in.
Right?
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm 40.
I'm 40. Yeah.
Too many men out there. We don't have that type of energy.
Yeah,
It's
for
just,
sure.
like you said, we're addicted to average. We don't understand that you are the apex of creation.
Yeah,
Whatever you believe, but you are the top of the chain.
You're number 1, baby.
That's why we dominate the earth.
Yeah.
But I'll just be
comes a
running the
woman.
mill.
All right.
That's the crazy thing, Miss J. Let me ask you that. Why is it that maybe, how do you as a woman say, I'm gonna fight off lazy? I know what I am capable of.
Right.
That I am the apex of creation. I am capable of producing humans. I'm capable of getting degrees and being this great athlete. But I just want to sit down and watch a show.
Right. Like I stated, he stated before, I'm going to piggyback off of Jesse, but consistency, and also trying to obtain a habit
Sure.
You know, because it's easy to clock in for everyone else when you're at work. And then when you clock out, when did you clock in for yourself?
Facts.
You know what I mean? When did you do something for you?
Right.
You know, you went out there, made money, worked for these people, but you didn't put the time and work in for yourself. So it's just remembering, you know, outside of work that you need to clock in for you and do something you can gain a habit from.
True.
You know, even I can use myself for example. You know, I started with watching certain things. If I'm going to watch TV, pay attention to what I watch.
Okay.
So now I'm going to watch some workout videos, or I want to watch, them doing something at home. Since I'm at home now, what can I do while I'm at home? You know, how can I be active still while I'm at home versus just washing dishes or folding clothes, which to me, I make a workout out of.
Oh, you sure can?
I time myself so I can run around, see how fast I can get things done.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm still doing something. I'm getting things done at the same time, So I just, it's the mind. I can say that.
What would you say for you was kind of the turning point where you said, okay, I need to, I recognize this problem, but I know it's going to start in my mind. What was that turning point for you?
Me complaining. I would hear myself out loud talk about things I didn't like or was ready to change about myself, but I wasn't actually taking those steps to do so. I was just talking about it. Right. And I didn't think it was a complaint at first. Okay. I'm just casually, speaking to people and talking. I'm like, I'm sick of this role. And I'm ready to, tone this up. But I'm like, but I'm doing nothing to, work on that. I'm just, I'm steady talking about the same thing and nothing's happening and nothing's changing, And so that's when I started noticing, I'm not really sure if someone brought it to my attention or not.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think I just kind of heard myself out loud, like, girl, you complaining.
You might have had
and
one
it's
of
about
those.
yourself, I had to check myself.
Yeah.
So
you got to step back and heard the conversation. I was like, who are you talking to? Oh, you're talking to you.
Right. Right.
That's what we can't do.
Right. Yeah. And then I catch myself preaching to someone else, if you don't like it, do something about it. And I'm like, but what are you doing?
Yes.
Guilty.
Are we modeling?
You guilty too. You telling me that I like to change it or lose weight or eat better, but what are you doing?
Yeah.
Of course.
Stay on your porch. Yeah. We so quick to step off of it.
Sweep around.
Your own front door, right?
Your own front door.
Come on.
That's a word.
That's
a word.
Yeah, for sure.
I got all the brooms and 409 in your house. I can make sure your rug ain't dusty. But as soon as you come to my doorstep,
we got a problem.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
This ain't none of your business over here.
Pretty much.
Don't you say nothing about my grocery sacks or my Haagen-Dazs and the
Watch
the
yourself.
Lord keeps me.
Right. Watch it.
Oh no.
So.
Okay, good. No, I definitely feel like that is a very big thing, that self-consciousness that we all have to develop.
Right.
And, because one thing that people, I don't think we're conscious of is whatever you want to do is what you're going to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to be in shape, I'm going to go be in shape.
Right.
And we have to quit lying to ourselves. Oh, I want to be in shape, but I'm fat. No, you want to be fat.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
I want to be healthy, but I'm at McDonald's. Okay. Quit telling lies.
Right.
The first step in the process.
Lying to yourself.
It's just an honest conversation.
Right.
Yes.
Because as we all know, in dealing with clients, I can't help you if you're not going to be honest with me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like, hey, dog, I got a really tough time, Miss J, giving up this McDonald's.
Yeah.
Right.
And I ain't going to lie, when I leave here, they got that
I'm gonna go get me some.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get me some.
They got
It's quick, it's easy, it's fast food. I ain't gotta go home and cook.
I'm finna get that. And I'm going to go back for breakfast tomorrow.
Right.
So if we will begin an honest conversation with ourselves, as Miss J said, to step back, look at yourself and say, uh-oh, I'm having a really bad, the language of my thoughts are horrible right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And I need to redirect them into a positive thing. And I believe that's where, and you guys tell me this, that's where having, a whether you want to call it a mastermind group or a support system that is on the same line becomes very important in staying in the fight for fitness. Like you hear people in the Army talking about battle buddies. You need one.
Yeah.
Even in this thing called fitness, you need a battle buddy.
You do.
Have you guys found, Miss Day, I'll ask you first, have you guys found that it helps you at times?
Absolutely. We all fall short, and every day is a battle. Every day is one foot in front of the other going forward, And so it helps to have someone like-minded.
Yes.
To, be on the same page and help me along the way and, when I'm ready to mess up, correct me when I'm wrong, you know, stay on me a little bit, and vice versa, you know, like an accountability partner.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's kind of what you all are for each other also.
For sure.
That's pretty dope.
For sure.
Well, we have to be. Jesse, have you found that, you know, obviously either, you know, being a personal trainer, you become, you know, a lot of that accountability, but so many trainers, you know, we never move out of the place of, you know, authority to friendship. So it puts a block, a barrier in how that relationship progresses.
Yeah. I think, you know, I've said for years now, trainers need trainers. So I can't be apt to use my knowledge, gift, or whatever, and then not be able to receive it as well. Because when I put myself in that position of humility, then my gift grows and so does yours. True. Right? So if you're holding me accountable to the things that I'm telling you my goals, right? We're sharing goals. Hey, man, I'm trying to drop, you know, 20, 30. And we're actually sitting down and we're talking it out. We're planning it out. We have a definiteness about this particular plan. Then my success rate is going to go up. Then I add you into it. Like you said, it's a battle buddy because this thing is not easy. It's not. And so for, like you say all the time, man, we can't be an island to ourselves. We're not. If I'm trying to do it by myself all the time, I'm not going to get, you know, very far. Right. I get there fast, but not far. So I need some partners. I need, like you said, the mastermind group is different from the support group. People don't understand the difference, right? Support group is going to be there and just tell you, hey, okay, yeah, good. We're going to listen to you. Mastermind is going to say, listen, I heard what you said. And since you said it, we're going to do it. And we're not going to get off of this until you get it done. Right? So you need the mastermind there to actually push you to that place that you say you want to be. We're going to complete the mission.
Absolutely.
And we're not going to stop until the mission is complete. And that's a really big thing, because if you have people that are in your circle and you're telling them, hey, man, I need to get healthy, you know, whether it's, you know, you got a family history of this, or maybe your doctor's giving you diagnosis, and then they're like, oh, man, well, you know, McDonald's got this sale going on, or, hey, we can go get these Little Caesars and watch the game. We can still watch the game, but why are you offering me something that's going to hinder me from my goal?
I told you.
Like, did you not just hear me? Can you not hear it? And that's a super tough part. Have either of you had a issue of, you know, needing to cut somebody off to stay along? I'll let you go. I'll let you go ahead and go first. And what was it a tough thing? Was it just a?
I say it was tough.
Okay.
You know, even when it comes to best friend. Sure. You know what I mean? Like, you used to, it's history. Yes. You know, you get used to certain people in your life and you think that they're always supposed to be there, you know, and that it's not seasonal because we've been doing this. So you've been in my life for several seasons. So why am I cutting you off? You know, but, you know, you find yourself sometimes it being draining. You know what I mean? And it's taking more from you than it is adding to you. And so that's when it gets tough to have to, you know, cut it off, especially when you're trying to get your mental together, you know, and realign things in your own personal life, you know, and those are distractions, you know, and it's hard to let go of a distraction.
That it is.
I am battling it. I am battling that, you know, currently because, you know, history.
Yeah.
You've been there, you know, but comfortable. Yeah. And I'm used to doing certain things with certain individuals. And then, you know, it's like, it was a cut. It was a cut. It hurt deeper than, you know, this is me speaking from personal experience, by the way. And so, it's necessary. It's necessary. And in my mind, you know, during my letting go, while I'm rechanneling my energy to focus on my life and where I'm headed and where I'm going and what I'm doing, I feel like if it's love, it'll be there. You know, once I get where I'm headed, if it's love, it'll be there. It'll find me. That relationship will find me. It will rekindle and come back. You know, because you would understand that that's not because I was upset at you or that we hurt each other or that we're just mad and bitter. It's really a self thing that needed to take place. You know, and if you love me, you'll understand that.
That takes a level of maturity to understand you may need a season to yourself.
Absolutely.
And maybe I'm not, you know, for you right now
in
because I'm going to hinder you
in this season
and what you're trying to do. I understand. No, definitely. Jesse, has it been a time where you've been like, you just want to keep me big. And I gotta let you go.
Yes. Did the church say yeah? Yeah, that's a fact. Those are facts. Yes, and it's like you said, it's difficult, right? So because the history is there, because the memories and all the good times, hitting with that boys and men, all the good times that we've had.
Now that we've come,
right. But you're understanding that for your betterment, you have to choose you.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. At some point in time, if the individuals in your life will not aid you in choosing you, you have to choose you. And like you said, it can be seasonal, right? But give me the opportunity to get myself together so I can be the best version of myself and present that to the world.
Right.
Giving that gift to myself was giving that gift to you.
True.
So if it's not there, then what are we really doing? What are we doing?
Hindering. Holding back.
Yeah. So
and I could be holding you back. So.
Yes.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And so we have to have, I'm not going to call them tough conversations, but you got to be adult enough to have those conversations of, do we really need to be in each other's lives, and in what capacity do we need to interact with each other?
Yeah.
And if fitness isn't my thing, I don't need to be talking to you about fitness. I don't need to be bothering you about you going to the gym. It's not my vibe.
Yeah. It's not in your heart to do. Like, be honest.
But I shouldn't keep you from doing that, even though it may take some time, from us apart, whether it's friends or you're in a relationship, but stop being leeches. If you don't like fitness, don't just go to the gym to mess up somebody's atmosphere, because for many people, fitness, and that's just outside the gym, whether you're doing yoga, many other things that are encompassed in the umbrella of fitness, is therapeutic for people.
Right.
And it helps them deal with, whether it's trauma, whether it's how they recalibrate their day or refocus their mind. But if you're there being a time vampire and the leech, just because you are afraid to get yourself together in your season of being alone
because you're insecure,
but don't stop someone else. Support it. Don't make it feel like if I go, it's a hassle. You going to the gym again, or you gonna go do that again? It's not to do it without you. But it's to do it for me. This is my time for me to go and do it and get it done. I don't want to be beat up because I'm taking this moment to do this for myself. And you are more than able to come along or do it too. So.
In my time of need, are you going to be there? More than likely not. I'll send you a prayer. We got you on the prayer list. It'll be all right. No, as I have this diabetes and blood pressure and stroke, as you bring me this box of KFC.
Oh my gosh!
One other thing I wanted to get into, and Ms. J, another reason we're really glad that you decided to come with us today, was the question of body positivity. It is obviously it's a great tool to embrace, loving yourself and having that self-love and self-awareness. But are there, as there are good traits to it, are there bad traits to it? Does it lend itself to, because I'm positive with my body, I don't need to be the best version of me? Again, not taking it to the extreme that you need to go look like a Deanna Lynn Bailey or compete in a bodybuilding competition. But how can we say we want to be here to amass, wealth and build empires if we're not healthy enough to do so? As a woman, how do you view, being, body positive, but still saying there's an image I have for me and I'm going to go after that?
Well, personally, I do it with not being comfortable.
Okay.
I tell myself just don't get too comfortable with this. We can always achieve better, have better, or do better, or be better, So I just remind myself, don't get too comfortable. Yeah, that's cute. You was cute in that little outfit. It fit good. But girl, you still, you can improve in certain areas, not to beat myself up or to shame myself because, I look good. I do what I do. Yeah, I do what I do.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I do. I got to put some clothes on.
Our grandmother used to tell us all the time, I done messed around and got fine on y'all. I might stay home today.
She say, stay here. Stand here and look at me.
Tell me how good I look.
Yes, she did. Yes, she would.
Oh, mama.
Check it out. But I just remind myself, you've come this far, and you look this way. Just don't get too comfortable.
Okay. So is it more of a I'll be real with myself, but I'm going to encourage.
Right.
Let me pose this question to you, and Jesse, you can give me your opinion on this as well. Okay. As men, how do we encourage body positivity, but but still have those real conversations? Because if we're talking just me to Jesse, we're like, hey, bro, you need to get your stuff together.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the dad bod is not good.
It's not it.
You went from the XL to the 3X.
Yeah, it's not it.
And that's not what we do.
See, you all can have that conversation
And
with
it's-
each other.
and it's
He's
fine,
not going to get offended,
No.
you know. But a man
If I
telling
come
me
to
that,
you,
ooh-wee.
it's probably going to be some altercations after a while. After 2 or 3. As soon as I get to the size of the
It depends
shirt.
on how you say it.
Okay.
You know, it depends on how it's delivered to you.
Yes.
You know, because we can be defensive, us as women, you know, and reinterpret your words. What are you trying to say?
Right. Right.
So if I give you that look, like, well, what you trying to say?
Well, let me tell you what I really meant was.
What I was trying to say.
I had a circumstance, you know, I've been a medium for, forever. And then I got bought a gift and it was a large. I'm like,
Uh-oh.
why am I getting a large? I ain't got nothing in my closet ever that's a large.
Uh-oh.
So what are you trying to say to me?
Sure.
You know? And it's like, well, that would be a more comfortable fit. And it was. You know,
Okay.
all honesty,
Okay.
it was.
Right.
You know, I ain't wore it yet, but whatever.
Even though it's more comfortable. Let me put this in the back.
I'm going to put this to the side, though. You were right, but I'm not going to put it on.
I'm still wearing my mediums because I can fit my mediums.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But it's your deliverance, you know, how you say it,
Sure.
you know what I mean? Because like I said, we all fall short and just it's tough. It really is. It's tough for men to tell a woman what they want her to change or fix, you know. But we know we're not perfect, and a lot of times we know it ourselves before you would even say it. We know if our weight's out of control or if something is going on, you know. Woman wise, pH, but you know, whatever.
Sure.
We are aware,
Yes.
so it's hard to hear it from a man because
Okay.
a lot of times we do know.
Okay, Jesse, as a health and wellness professional, how do you approach these conversations when you're having them with female clients of hey, XYZ, and then you get to the your weight, and how do you approach those things?
It's about building a relationship.
Okay,
Yeah.
You know, if they know you and can trust, that the information that you're giving or the suggestion you're making is coming from a place of, hey, I care. Right? I'm saying this not to be a jerk.
Sure.
But I want the best for you.
Right.
And not only do I want the best for you, I expect the best from you.
Right.
So because of that, yes, listen, we have to talk about this thing called weight. It's uncomfortable. It holds a lot of pressure, especially for women. But, we're able to change that narrative by saying, listen, we're not going to worry about what that number says.
Right.
What we're going to worry about is how your clothes are fitting. What we're going to worry about is the internal metric of your blood pressure. What are your cholesterol? What's your A1C? What are those things looking like? We're going to be concerned about that because if we get that going in the right direction, we know for a fact the scale, we can do that. Right? If you come with a vision of how you want to look, then we sit down and say, hey, this is why it's so important that these before pictures and the weekly, pictures come in. People are like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to do that. That's creepy, whatever. Then you really don't want the result because those things hold you accountable. Right. You cannot, if it's just a basic picture, or even now they took it a step further where, using videos, you can't alter any of that. So we're really getting down through there and we're really saying that, hey, man, okay, we made some progress here in this low back or in this upper back, but hey, I can tell you weren't as tight as you need to be on the diet, and because of that, hey, listen, I suggest you go with the large this time, right? I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I want that thing to kind of fit you the way you want to. And so you're actually confident, right? And when you go out, see, the more comfortable you are, the more confident you're going to be when you're there, right? Versus when everything's tight on you, are you going to sit there and go, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's going on?
Maybe you won't get up and mingle.
Right. You're not going to.
You're just sitting in your seat.
Listen, as a guy, I've had that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my suit don't fit the way it's supposed to. Let me I got it on, but
I'm back in the corner.
Hey, God
can't raise
bless
my
you.
drink too high.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
But see, how do you do that in relationships, though? Do you still have that same energy?
Because it has to be definitely, even as a professional, it has to be, covered with love and even more so, inside the relationship. Because again, I want the best for you. Like,
Right.
I need you to be here. I need you to be the best version of yourself. I need you to go out here and whatever goal you want to accomplish, you can accomplish it, because the confidence is an internal thing.
Right.
Right. It's there. So you see yourself on a daily basis, and I don't care who you are. Right. When you like what you see in the mirror, that thing reflects to the outside world.
Facts.
Right. So
Facts.
we want that to be in place. Because I need for your mental to be good, so that everything that we're dealing with and what we have to take care of is A1.
Right.
Right? Because when it's not, it's not.
Right.
And it's bad.
Yeah.
deep.
And it can get real bad. Now, I
That's
think,
deep.
for men, many of us, we have we want to give the same message.
Yeah.
But we don't know how to lace it in love and estrogen. Because especially when you talk about things like fitness, you just revert back to many of you, whether you wrestled or played football,
Yeah.
you were aggressive with it.
Yeah.
And so then in having that conversation, you just come off aggressive.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and just for me personally, if I have set my affection upon you, and you're the person that I want to be with, whether we're just dating or, then we get to be married, the goal and the vision is, let's have decades together. And for us to do that, we both need to be as healthy as possible.
Absolutely.
Because what is the purpose of us having children and being, highly successful individuals if then, 10, 15 years into this thing, one of us dies? And so when we talk about the conversation of weight or health, it's more so because we've looked into the future, and it's, okay, in 30 years, are we still healthy?
Right.
Do we still like to travel and go to the beach and do these things? Or if you like to go, dance, if you like to go, do whatever. Or are we, if I'm an entrepreneur now, I'm probably going to be an entrepreneur when I'm
Right.
50, 60, 70. That takes energy,
Yes.
right? If you get blessed enough to have grandkids and then great grandkids, they take energy because, we have kids. We know what it was to raise them.
Yeah.
We know what it's like chasing them. But if neither of us have the energy, if neither of us have the health to go out there and do that, well, not only have I robbed them, but I've robbed myself
Right.
of creating, those memories in these times when they can look back. And also, all I've done is I'm going to perpetuate this cycle of unhealthiness because nobody's going to see a problem. We lost our grandfather when, what was he, 50?
Man, 54, 55?
Okay.
On there?
I mean, and I was 4,
Yeah.
So that's young.
you know.
It was right before I turned 13.
Okay.
He passed away.
So, I'm 4 or 5. So, it's, and then the thing we talk about, now stepping into manhood is all the stories that he would have had, all the knowledge and the wisdom that he could have passed down to us.
Yeah.
We were robbed of. Now, obviously, people believe, your time is appointed, but I truly feel that if you're equipped with the knowledge to live a healthier life, you earn more time on this earth.
Yes.
Right.
And so when those things happen, because it's just one of those crazy things. There are so many obstacles that we come into, face to face with, and then you're like, man, what will Papa have said to us here? Because he probably could have been like, sit down.
Yeah.
Let me
talk to you real quick.
Back in the day, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Where I can see where you're going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question. Like, how much active things do a man and woman do together? You know what I mean? You talk about having the energy, but what are you all doing together? Actively,
Right.
to keep that lifestyle, to be able to, produce and have kids, raise kids, and see grandchildren and run around and chase them and stuff. How I understand us individually, but where's the
Okay.
There does need to be a joint effort, and we can all do better at that. And as men, I really feel like myself included, I'm guilty of this. To try to have more patience in it because, again, as we talked about before we started, when we're working out, like selfishly, that's our time. Right. And because you may not love fitness the way I do, you may not take it as seriously as me. Right. So therefore, because you don't, I don't really feel like you want to be here.
But see, there's other ways to be active, though.
Sure.
It's not just going to the gym or going to work out. There's different ways to implement maybe a woman that doesn't work out into, workout lifestyle
Okay.
per se. You know, go and do an activity or whatever, canoeing or something. You know,
What would you suggest, Ms. J?
you know, just like I was just ready to say, canoeing.
Okay.
You know, you get in a little boat. You know, she got to
Yeah.
use a oars. You know, you do a little workout. You know,
Yeah.
not necessarily mountain climbing because I mean that's a little strenuous. That's a little much.
Yeah.
You know.
You might fall down.
Maybe go for a little hike.
Maybe a little go skating or
Small
something
hill.
like that.
Small hill.
He said a small hill.
Yeah. Maybe go for a little
Yeah.
mountain climbing.
That no Mount Scott
Yeah.
type stuff.
Right.
I'm not ready.
You not see.
Oh,
But I mean, there's different things. You
Okay.
know, like me, rollerblading is my thing.
okay.
You know, that's my cardio. So if you can't find me in the gym on the treadmill, I'm probably on my blades.
Okay.
You know, a little blading in the park and stuff like that. But it's a lot of different activities that you can get.
Sure. So it's
involved
men
in.
we
Even
need to
gardening.
find-
Gardening is a workout. You know, out there and hoeing and
ADL.
digging and
Yeah.
Not
that's
that type
a
of
little
hoeing.
workout.
Let me just caveat. Yeah. Even though. Anyway.
Hey.
Goodness. Oh, no pun intended.
Yeah, I understand. So as men, we maybe need to find, ways outside of the traditional fitness
Yes.
to be active.
That's good.
Yes,
That
to be
is very
active
good.
in your
That's good.
relationship,
Okay.
active
Yeah.
with your partner.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
That's
It's
good.
Going for a walk at night. You
Yeah.
know, stuff like that. It's ways around it.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
to encourage your
Yeah.
mate without beating down their throat. Gym. You know,
Sure.
because a lot of women that I've encountered, are foreign to the gym.
Right.
You know, some of them never done a sport ever.
Sure.
Worked out ever.
Yeah.
I've met tons of women that, have never been active or did anything, but they're ready to, tone some stuff and
Right.
get in shape, lose some weight. It's all different type of reasons why women are starting to want to work out more or even get into working out.
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't know anything about the gym.
Right. Right.
So you can't just drag a woman to the gym that has never been, don't know anything about it, never
Yeah.
worked out before, and never, have never done a sport.
Right,
And you want
yeah.
her to just get up and go with you to the gym? She's, she can't go in there and do what you're doing.
Sure.
That's right.
You can introduce
That's
her
right.
and show her stuff,
Okay.
but it's still an intimidation thing.
Yes.
When this is not your lifestyle
Right.
yet.
Yet, yeah.
So yet. So there's other things that can be done prior
Okay.
to dragging someone to the gym.
Okay. No, I definitely agree with
I
that.
agree.
That leads into there's a fear of free weights.
Yeah.
As and you even see this with men because they get comfortable on the machines, like the leg press and the chest press machine. But when you say, "Hey, come over here and grab this barbell," bro, I'm just over here for the machines. And obviously, we understand women's fear of free weights because some of them will, I don't want to look like a man, or
Right.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
As a woman, how do you begin to overcome that? Where do you go to obviously begin to dissipate that fear?
Right. Well, see, what I do, I encourage is you against you.
Okay.
So I encourage initially working out with nothing. With you battling
Yes.
you. Because if you can't lift you, you're not going to lift that. So
Facts.
what I preach about, and try to motivate women is to start by being able to do, sit-ups, squats, push-ups, yourself.
Yes.
A little jump rope over here, running in place, high knees,
There you go. Yeah.
You battling you first, and have to remember why you're doing this. This is for you. And then once you're comfortable with yourself and being able to lift yourself or do a proper sit-up, things of that nature, I feel like you can advance to maybe adding a little dumbbell into your squat, maybe adding some kettlebells into your squat. Now you can work your way up gradually. But to go and immediately start with weight, I don't encourage it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the proper way is for you to battle self. Get yourself in a constant routine and then you can add in free weights, and then I feel like you won't fear it as much because you've worked your way up to the point where you do need a little weight because you don't have that resistance now.
Right.
You're immune to it, so now you're comfortable to practice free weights.
Okay.
You're okay to do so.
Maybe a little bit. It was in starting out. It was a little bit more of a safety.
Yeah,
You did it for safe.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you just work your way up, and then eventually now you can do the machines and compress machines and lift and,
Right.
Yeah.
you're there.
Yeah.
Right. Sure.
Baby steps. And I see so many people that they want to skip the steps.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
they just want to just skip it and come right in here and be able to lift this, and you just you didn't follow the steps.
Just I'd love to get your opinion there from somebody who's done this for so long.
Yeah.
How do you take a client and you may have to sit them down and say, this is step one. Step one doesn't look like this person on YouTube or this person on Instagram that are doing all these things.
Yeah.
But as Miss J said, this is the most important part.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you have that conversation and then work them through that?
It's like y'all said, man. The conversation is just that. Like when we're talking about your safety, it's not going to always be nice. It's not always going to be comfortable.
Right.
But at the end of the day, your stability and mobility, phase one, is going to be the most important thing, because your form is always going to dictate your function.
Right.
So if you don't learn proper form from the beginning, you're going to do it improperly as you add all these other modalities, which in turn are going to cause an injury. Right? We program in a manner that is both safe first and effective secondly.
Right.
So we have to convey that message, and however long you stay in phase one is what you do. Like Ms. J said, I'm going to move my body first.
Right.
I'm going to master body weight, right? And get that. And so as we program, you go, hey, it's going to be reps before weight. Okay? So we're always going to go up in the reps before we add weight. And we use weight, and then we're going to go up 5%, right? 5 to 7%, and then go from there. But we see so many times people want to compare themselves to others on social media. You want to compare, I see this guy over here in the gym doing da-da-da-da. You don't know how long that brother's been lifting. You don't know his particular story.
Yep.
Your journey is your journey. And so we have to, like you said, we can't skip any steps. Right? We can't do that in the gym and in life also. What a dichotomy. We can't skip any steps, because at the point that we do skip a step, at some point in time, we got to come back over and do that first work over again.
Do your first work.
Right? So we have to be okay with the process. We have to be okay in understanding that this is where I am at the moment, but I know where the end goal is going to take me.
Right.
So if I'm just faithful to this particular plan, if I just give a complete buy-in to it, I know I'm going to get there.
Right.
And people don't understand, the faster you buy into it, if you go all in, the faster you actually get to where you want to be,
Greater the return on your investment.
Yeah.
I may buy $1 stock for $1. If it goes up $1, great. I made another $1. But if I put $1,000 in,
buddy,
and it goes up $1, the
buddy.
return on my investment is much greater. And just something you said there was sometimes having to go back. Even for us, there are times when if we've taken some time off, you don't just come back in, into your absolute strength phase.
That's right.
Please don't do that.
Yeah,
that is not wise.
Don't do it.
Especially
Don't do
if
that.
you have gotten older.
Yeah, don't
tendons,
do that.
ligaments, they will break. They
Yeah.
will snap.
Yeah.
They will stretch. They will pop, and you will be at the house.
Yes. Learn
Hurting.
that. Learn that. Yeah.
Oh, I can't move.
Yeah.
And then you got to take off work. Then you might get fired. This is a bad road
Bad
to go
thing.
down.
Yeah.
Really bad road to go down.
Yes.
But as just said, the safetyness and the effectiveness that sometimes you just need to go get you a good set of air squats in to make sure you're doing it right.
Yeah.
You might need, instead of getting your barbell and putting 315 on there trying to do walking lunges, which I wouldn't suggest.
Don't do
unless
that
you're
either.
Adrian Peterson. You just need to master the walking lunge.
Yes.
You might need to look up modifications of many different exercises and things that are out there before you just go off half-cocked and again you hurt yourself. And it's the same way with your nutrition. I understand that there are so many pills, powders, detoxes, and recipes that people believe are effective, and I'm not saying they're not, but they may not be for you.
Right.
And that's something Jesse and I've talked about often, is that you need to understand what works best for you. So if you do hire a personal trainer and they're not asking you about your medical history, the medical history of your family, if you're taking certain medications, they're probably a crook.
Right.
And all they did was go get some abs, and now they feel like they can train up the world. But as Jesse said before, and he's the one that taught me how to train, if I'm not concerned about what's going on the inside, I'm only going to buy you probably about 3 months worth of training before I hurt you, or before something just breaks down. So make sure that you vet any of these quote unquote professionals. Are they certified? Do they have a degree in exercise science, kinesiology, many different tracks? Do they know the things that are safe and effective for many people.
Yeah.
Because as we've talked about before, the bro science is very dangerous.
Right.
And it's not the best way, to help people, because those people aren't here to help you. They're here to take your money.
Right.
And then as soon as you call them with the, hey man, my shoulder doesn't feel right. Well, John, let me tell you, you just shouldn't have been doing that stuff the other day. But I gotta go. Bye. They don't know how to rehab your injuries. They don't know how to, help get you back on track. Right. But before we get out of here, Miss J, one thing I would really love for you to share with the family, especially, all of the women out there watching, if you would encourage them just to wherever they're at in their fitness journey, one, to get started, and then two, to keep going, to stay in the fight.
I would say I'm going to plug it. I have an organization called Girl Get Up.
Ahead. Go right ahead.
And I promote Girl Get Up.
Okay.
No matter what it is that you are doing, no matter where you are in life, girl, get up. Girl, get up, get strong. Girl, get up, get cute. Girl, get up and leave him if you need to.
Hey.
But girl, get up.
Yes.
Stop sitting there and get up. Do something every day. Do something every day. I don't care what it is. Do something every day.
Okay. So, Jesse, if you would, for one, for the clients, and then for the health and wellness professionals, how do we stay in the fight?
Listen, I gotta, again, agree with Miss J. Just get up, do something. Do something. If you want something, you gotta do something.
Right.
We've been saying the last 2 weeks. If you want something, you gotta do something.
Right.
Get up and get after it. For the professionals, listen, don't be afraid to, again, continue to educate yourself. Continue to, read on how to communicate, how to be a better active listener. So the better we can listen, the faster we are to be able to assess what's going on, be able to apply, the proper, technique or adjustment that needs to be made in someone's program. I think that's the mark of a true professional, understanding that you can say, if I don't know right now, I don't know, but give me about 24, 48 hours and I'm going to go, consult with some colleagues. I'm going to do some research and I will find the answer for you. So many people out here that, want to be fit pros or whatever, portray the idea that they have all the answers and none of us do.
Right.
So if when you're looking for somebody, find someone who isn't afraid to say, I don't know, but I'll find the answer.
Very, very true. Family, what I'll leave you guys with is this. Again, the first step in your freedom of fitness is your mental. We sure do appreciate you guys for tuning in with us today. We know today would not have been what it was if you didn't tune in. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to our Apple and Spotify. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later.
Look back on my room, stepping around with the crew.